You guys are always super self-depreciating when you talk about Coldplay. It's always like, no, things aren't that big. We're not that good. Next tour won't sell out.
Yeah.
Is that just English humility, or do you really not realize what you're sitting on?
I don't know. I think because we're such fans of music, every time we think we've done something good, we hear something else that makes us want to try and do something better. For example, you know, the Arcade Fire are down here today to see the show, and when they're around, it makes me feel like, oh God, we better pull our socks off a bit, try and write some better songs. Because it's, you know, you have certain peers that you think are great. We think we're great, but we also think other people are great, and we want to try and, you know, keep up with them.
So it is a little bit of humility. You know, there's 20,000 people waiting for you.
Yeah.
You got that.
Great. What's am I trying to say, John?
I think we just do what we do because we love it, and not because we think we're better or worse than anyone else. We want to make our music as good as we can make it.
Chris, I know that you're friends with Jay-Z, probably the most confident man, the man with the most swag. Maybe he can give you some lessons in taking this all in and owning up to it and going
we own it. We own it when we're on stage now.
Right.
For sure. I don't have any worries when once we're playing. I'm having the best time, and I don't want to be in any other group on earth or anywhere else in the universe for that matter. So it's just like off stage, it's harder to big yourself up.
Yeah.
But once we start playing, I'm like, this is awesome.
Well,
and even Johnny feels that way.
Yeah.
He won't tell it to you now.
I know I will.
Oh, you will?
And it is refreshing that you guys like don't come in with the sunglasses. So maybe don't take advice from Jay-Z when I think of it.
Well, no, you should take advice from Jay but that's how he is, you know. And when you watch him in concert, it's infectious. And I would say I've probably learned a lot from watching him and Bruce Springsteen and the people who are just like totally involved and confident in it and having a great time. So in that respect, we learn a lot from them.
You still feel like there's a lot you need to learn? Whether it's now or the next few years, or?
I hope so, because if we don't feel that, then we'll have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
You know, and you've got to constantly like impress your wives and girlfriends and your fans. You've got to keep on coming up with the goods.
Right.
You know, you don't want to come down to breakfast and be like, yeah, by the way, I wrote a good song like 10 years ago. You want to come down and say, listen to this, kids. What do you think? They say, not much, Dad.
No,
but at least you try.
You guys all have kids. Are they good sounding boards?
Yes, I would say so.
Yep.
Well, I find that kids are very honest they're not being mean or kind. They're just like, if they start singing a song, it's because they like it. They're not thinking about how this fits into the, you know, grand picture of music in the world, or whether it's cool, or whether Pitchfork like it, or whether, you know, someone else endorsed it, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't mind if it's Call Me Maybe or Hard Knock Life or whatever it is. If it's good, they sing it, and that's really fun to be around.
Yeah, that's a good gauge.
It's an amazing day.
One of the guys from One Direction recently said that you, Chris, was like his all-time hero. How do you guys live with being that role model for you?
Did he say that?
Yeah. Harry was like, he's my all-time hero. If I could be anyone in the world, it would be him. He's amazing, and he went on
Really?
and on.
He didn't say that?
I swear to God.
Oh, I'm getting all blushing.
Yeah, and I know that recently at a show you did, didn't you do a little shout out? You did
We did a shout out.
Yeah.
He was there, yeah.
He was there, he got excited, and then after that he mentioned how he was so happy about that because you were his all-time hero.
Well, listen, I'll take it.
But
That's very sweet.
What I was going to say is that he's obviously not the only one, and all of you, you know, there's a budgeting guitarist out there going like, oh my God, Johnny is amazing. How do you guys live with being models for all of these people? Is that something you're comfortable with?
Well, I don't know. We just we try and ignore all good and bad things outside of the group, because otherwise your head just goes in a spin. But I'm happy about the One Direction thing because they're cool.
See, there you go. Okay, so you like being a role model to Harry from One Direction.
I'll take that.
Okay. Let's talk about this record, Mylo Xyloto.
Mylo Xyloto.
Oh, there's a little...
It's like xylophone.
All right. Well, English is my second language, so you're going to forgive
really?
me. Yeah.
For real?
So you're going to forgive me.
Turkish is your first?
French.
I'm joking.
Tu parles français un peu, toi, Chris?
Oui.
Tu parles français?
Oui, oui.
Johnny, tu parles français un peu?
No.
But, okay. Enough to understand the question at least. Mylo Xyloto.
Whatever you want to say, man.
Say it
cool.
again.
doesn't it? Mylo Xyloto.
Mylo Xyloto.
Yeah.
Okay, Mylo Xyloto.
You know what? I don't even care. You say whatever you want to say.
I'm going to call it the fifth record.
The fifth record.
This one right here I'm holding. Just the artwork, and I know it's a theme also for the concert. All graffiti, and it's very like youth, free spirit. Do you feel like those are adjectives that was kind of like how you're feeling putting this record together?
Absolutely. We were having this conversation the other day because we're all in our early or mid-30s, but I think because we had to grow up quite fast in our mid to late 20s, and we were all doing quite adult stuff, you know, having kids and trying to deal with paparazzi or whatever it was. Not that that's really like a problem, but, or, you know what I mean? I think we're kind of enjoying being a band again in the way that you might when you're like 17. So,
we've got our own studio now, which is like, you know, our parents' garage or something.
we just feel in a place where we're allowed to just...
Garage. I think it's pronounced over here for the pronunciation game over here.
You can put a subtitle in.
Rihanna also kind of like the secret sixth member of Coldplay. She's the only one that's ever appeared on one of your records as a collaboration.
I'm grateful.
Good choice. Good choice. I'd like to applaud that. Why her? Why now?
Because the song just came out that way. It seemed to say, "Can I have Rihanna on me?" If you see what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. I felt that way. I'm not a song, but I felt that way.
Oh, yeah. You can't say that on daytime TV.
No?
So it just felt like, oh, we should do this with Rihanna. And then it took about 8 months to call her up and pluck up courage and say,
will you do it?
Yeah. She was like, sure. It was great.
Yeah.